Most business owners did not build a business, they built a job with longer hours than any employer would legally be allowed to give them, a job with no sick days, no holiday pay, no switching off at 5 o'clock, a job where if they stop showing up, the whole thing stops too. That is not a business. That is a trap with a logo. Today, we are building the real thing, a business that generates revenue, serves customers, and grows whether you are there or not, step by step, from the beginning. Let me tell you about Carol. Carol started a bookkeeping business 6 years ago, brilliant with numbers, great with clients. Within 18 months, she had more work than she could handle. On paper, Carol was successful, revenue growing, clients happy, reputation excellent. In reality, Carol was exhausted. She was working 7 days a week, answering client emails at 11 o'clock at night, canceling plans because something urgent always came up. She had not taken a proper holiday in 3 years, because every time she tried, something fell apart without her. Her business was growing, but Carol was not free. She was more trapped than she had ever been, in her old 9-to-5 job. One afternoon, Carol got sick, not critically, just a bad flu, forced to stay in bed for a week. In that 1 week, she lost 3 clients, missed 2 deadlines, had 4 unanswered emails, spiraled into complaints, and spent the entire time she should have been resting, frantically working from her bed on a laptop, sweating, surrounded by tissues and regret. That week changed everything for Carol, because Carol realized something brutal and important. She had not built a business. She had built a system where everything depended on one person showing up every single day, and that one person was her. The moment Carol stopped, the business stopped. That was not freedom. That was not the dream. That was just a different kind of prison with better branding. Carol spent the next 2 years building the actual thing, a business that runs without her. And today, I am going to show you exactly how she did it. I am Zig. Welcome to Learn Finance with Zig. Let us get into it. Step 1. The least glamorous step on this entire list, and the one almost nobody does until it is too late. Document everything you do in your business. Every task, every process, every decision, every step of every service you deliver, written down clearly, in a format someone else could follow. Here's why this matters so completely. If the only place your business processes exist is inside your head, your business cannot function without your head being present. You become the manual. You become the operating system. And operating systems cannot take sick days. Every process she had been running on autopilot for years, written out step by step. The result was what business owners call a standard operating procedure document, an SOP, a manual for how the business runs. When she was done, Carol held in her hand something genuinely remarkable, a business that existed outside her head. For the first time, before you can hire anyone, before you can automate anything, before you can step back from anything, you need to know what the anything actually is, written down clearly, in a format that does not require you personally to execute it. This step is the foundation of everything that follows. Step 2. And this one requires genuine honesty with yourself. Once everything is documented, you need to separate your tasks into 2 categories. Category 1, things only you can do, the things that require your specific expertise, your relationships with key clients, your vision for the business, the strategic decisions that determine where the business goes next. For Carol, this was reviewing complex accounts that required her senior-level judgment and meeting with her most important long-term clients who specifically valued her personal relationship with them. Category 2, things that just need to get done, administrative tasks, repetitive processes, data entry, scheduling, following up on standard communications, tasks that can be learned by someone else and executed to the same standard once properly trained. Most business owners, if they are honest, find that only about 20 to 30% of what they do daily actually requires them specifically. The other 70 to 80% just needs to get done by someone who is trained and trusted. That 70 to 80% is your liberation, because that is what you are going to hand off systematically, carefully, starting with the most repetitive and time-consuming tasks first. Carol found that answering standard client queries, processing routine monthly accounts, and managing her invoicing schedule, which together took her approximately 25 hours a week, required her specific expertise for almost none of it. 25 hours a week that she could give to someone else. Step 3. The step that terrifies most business owners, bringing in other people. Carol's first reaction to the idea of hiring was, nobody will do it as well as me, and she was right. At first, but here's the thing about that thought. It is both true and irrelevant simultaneously. Nobody will do it exactly like you. Nobody will care about it exactly like you. But someone trained from your documented processes, your SOPs from step 1, will do it to a standard that your clients cannot tell the difference. Carol's first hire was a part-time bookkeeping assistant, someone with basic qualifications and a willingness to learn. Carol paid her to follow the SOPs, not to improvise, not to do it her way, to follow the documented system exactly. Month 1, Carol checked everything, corrected small errors, updated the SOPs based on what the real world revealed. Month 2, Carol checked about half, fewer errors, more confidence. Month 3, Carol spot checked. The work was indistinguishable from her own. The SOP was doing what it was designed to do, turning Carol's expertise into a system someone else could run. The rule for hiring: hire slowly, train from your documentation, check everything early, build trust through evidence, not hope, and critically, start with one person doing part of the job before hiring multiple people doing all of it. Small steps, each one proving the system works before you scale it. Step 4, where technology becomes your most reliable and least demanding employee. Not everything that currently consumes your time needs a human to do it. Some of it just needs to happen, consistently, correctly, on time. Invoicing, automated, set up recurring invoices that go out automatically on the correct date without anyone pressing send. Payment reminders automated, a polite follow-up email that goes out automatically 7 days before a payment is due and again on the due date. Appointment scheduling automated, a booking link where clients choose their own slot. No back and forth emails, no scheduling friction. Social media and content scheduled in advance. 1 hour planning session per week. Content posts automatically throughout the week without anyone having to remember. Reporting automated dashboards that show the key numbers in real time without someone manually compiling spreadsheets. Carol automated her invoicing, payment reminders, and client scheduling in one afternoon. That one afternoon gave her back approximately 8 hours every week of time she had been spending on tasks that required zero human judgment. 8 hours a week is 400 hours a year, 400 hours that previously required Carol's personal time and attention now happening automatically, correctly, without her. Automation is not lazy. Automation is smart. Automation is what separates a business owner from a business operator. Step 5, and this one is specifically important for the finance side of running a business, which is where most owner-dependent businesses are most fragile. Most small business owners manage their finances reactively. They check the bank account when they think about it. They look at numbers when something feels wrong. They do their accounts once a year when the tax deadline forces them to. This means the financial health of the business lives entirely in the owner's head, which means it needs the owner present to function. The fix build financial systems that run and report independently, accounting software set up so that income and expenses categorize automatically, real-time profit and loss visible to anyone authorized without the owner manually updating anything. A monthly financial review process documented in the SOP so that a bookkeeper, or eventually a part-time financial manager, can produce a monthly report showing the key numbers without the owner's direct involvement. Separate business accounts for different purposes, operating account for day-to-day, tax reserve account where a percentage of revenue goes automatically, payroll account funded on a set schedule. Carol set up her financial systems in week 3 of her rebuilding process. After that, her books updated automatically. Her monthly report was produced by her assistant using a documented process, and Carol could see the financial health of her business in under 5 minutes by checking one dashboard. She did not need to be present for her business to be financially healthy and visible. Step 6, the one that requires the most trust, stepping back, gradually, intentionally, and testing whether the system actually works. Carol did not disappear overnight. She stepped back in stages. First, she stopped answering emails after 6 o'clock in the evening. Her assistant handled standard queries. Anything requiring Carol's specific judgment was flagged for the following morning. The business did not fall apart. Then she took a Friday off, completely offline. No checking in. No, just a quick look at emails. The business did not fall apart. Then she took a week. Actual holiday. Phone on, but not for work. The business did not fall apart. In fact, because her team was now fully operating the documented processes without waiting for Carol to direct every step, some things actually went more smoothly than when Carol was present, and occasionally creating bottlenecks by being the decision point for things that did not actually need her decision. This is the moment every business owner who builds a real system discovers the business does not need you present. It needs the systems you built to be present. And systems unlike you never get tired, never get sick, never need a holiday. Step back. Gradually, test each stage. Fix what breaks. Build confidence in what works. 2 years after that flirting laptop week surrounded by tissues and regret, here's what Carol's business looks like. She has 2 full-time bookkeepers running client accounts from documented SOPs, 1 part-time administrator handling scheduling, communications, and reporting, automated invoicing, payment reminders, and client onboarding. Carol works approximately 20 hours a week on the things only she can do: senior client relationships, business development, reviewing complex cases, strategic decisions. The business generates more revenue than when Carol was working 7 days a week, because her team serves more clients simultaneously than she ever could alone. She took a 3-week holiday last summer. The business ran, clients were served, revenue came in. That is a business, not a job with a logo, an actual business. And every step Carol took to build it, documenting processes, identifying what only she could do, hiring slowly, automating the repetitive, building financial systems, stepping back, gradually, is available to any business owner willing to do the work of building the system instead of just doing the work. So there it is. How to build a business that runs without you, step by step. Document everything first. Your SOP is the foundation of all of it. Identify the 20 to 30% only you can do, and start planning to hand off everything else. Hire slowly and train from your documentation, not from hope and assumption. Automate everything that does not need a human, and give yourself back hundreds of hours a year. Build financial systems that run and report independently, so the numbers do not need you present to be visible. Step back gradually. Test each stage. Fix what breaks. Trust what works. Carol is not exceptional. Carol just did the work of building the system instead of staying in the trap of doing all the work herself. You can do the same thing. Whatever your business, whatever your size, whatever your stage. The only question is, are you ready to stop being the bottleneck in your own success? Smash that like button. Subscribe to Learn Finance with Zig. Drop a comment below. Are you currently stuck in the trap Carol was in? I want to know where you are. I will see you in the next one. Stay smart. Stay wealthy.